Major League Baseball ending up with playoffs starting. That's exciting time. You got the NFL really getting going now. You got college football really getting going. And on local sports, Tim, a lot of good high school football going on. Which you get about the midway point in high school. That's going to get exciting. You're going to have some meaningful games. So we've got a lot going on in sports we can talk about.
Everything's cranking up, Ken. It's getting in mid-season form right now.
Yeah, the NBA's right around the corner. They're practicing. College basketball started practice Monday.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of sports going on right now.
Absolutely. And we're awfully glad to be here at WCSL 1590 AM here in the big city of Cherryville, North Carolina, to bring you all of your favorite sports right here today. So I want to say hello to Mike Stamey. I know he's out riding around. He's listening to us. And, of course, all the other listeners out there. I want to thank you for tuning in. So, Kenny, I guess college football, the Clemson Tigers are still at the top with the Alabama Crimson Tide. It looks like that the top 5 NCAA football rankings you have with us here today.
Yeah, it looks like Clemson and Alabama, I think most fans, coaches, and people who follow it really believe they are the 2 best teams in college football this year. Oklahoma's up there 3rd, Penn State's 4th, Georgia's 5th. I think
there's the team right there.
Georgia's a team that may be better than those 2 above them there, because I think they – right now, the way they're playing, they look on down the caliber. They could maybe be the 3rd best team in the nation.
Yeah, I know we were talking that before we went on air, and I'm telling you, Georgia Bulldogs are playing some really good football. Defensively, they might be right there with the Clemson Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide on the defense. And offensively, they got some weapons as well on offense. They're putting up some points.
Yeah, they destroyed Tennessee at Tennessee this past week, 41-0. And as somebody said, probably put the nail in the coffin for the firing of the coach there in Tennessee, because
Butch Jones.
Yeah, Tennessee's not doing well, and the fans are not happy. But that was an impressive beating to go into Tennessee and just completely dominate that whole game.
Yes, I agree with you there too. And I tell you something too. The team that's lurking right around the corner in the ACC, Ken, is the NC State Wolfpack.
Yeah, the NC State got a big win the previous week against Florida State, and then backed that up with a win over Syracuse this past Saturday. And they're now 4-1 on the season, Tim. And they're looking like maybe outside of Clemson and Miami and Virginia Tech, they could sneak up there in that bunch and maybe play with them a little bit. I know here they've got about 2 weeks they've got Clemson they got to play.
They do at NC State. That's going to be a big game in the ACC.
NC State in the past recent years have always played Clemson tough.
Yes, they have.
And
they bounced. They should have beat them last year.
Almost beat them last year
on a missed field goal, I believe it was. They lost it. So, but yeah, you're right, Ken.
But in the ACC, speaking of the rankings in ACC teams, Miami's ranked 13th in the nation. They're 3-0. They haven't played as many games because they had a couple games canceled with the hurricanes going on in Florida, but they're still undefeated and had an impressive win this past Saturday. Actually, Friday night against Duke, 31-6, and Duke was had been undefeated, playing well.
Right.
And they dominated Duke in that game. Virginia Tech is ranked 16th. Now they ran up against Clemson last week, and Clemson came down to play Virginia Tech in Death Valley, and played well, beat Virginia Tech 31-17. Pretty impressive to go on the road and win that way for Clemson.
Yeah.
And Louisville is ranked 17th. We know Louisville's got, the Heisman Trophy winner from last year, who's a great ball player.
He's in the running this year too, as well. Yeah.
But he hadn't got the help on his team like some of them have. And then coming in ranked 24th this week, Tim, is that NC State Wolfpack.
Now, the NC State Wolfpack, they play Louisville, and I believe it's Thursday night they play. Tomorrow night they play Louisville. I'm not sure where it's at, but I'm going to tell you something. If they beat Louisville, look out.
They'll jump up.
They'll jump in the top 20 easily. Yes. If they beat Louisville, and they got to contain the quarterback from Louisville. So if they could contain him and make him one-dimensional, make him stand in the pocket, throw the football, and don't let him run. I think when he's outside the pocket and he runs, that's when he kills everybody. But they contain him, and that defense NC State's got. Darren Roseboro from Lincoln High School back in 2015. He's there. He's playing great. They've got and Chubbs too. the defensive end, they're saying he might be a top 10 pick.
Well, they've got talent on that defense.
Yes, they do.
Defensive
linebackers.
Front. As good as anybody, probably on the defensive front.
The weakest link they have is their defensive backs, from what I was told.
Yeah.
They can't cover anybody, from what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's going to be a great game tomorrow night. If the Wolfpack can beat Louisville, they're on their way.
Yeah, they'll shoot up in the polls. Wake Forest, who had previously undefeated, lost to Florida State this past week in a close game, 26-19. They were right there all the way through the game. Georgia Tech defeated the UNC Tar Heels 30-7. Tim, the Tar Heels have just been decimated with injuries this year.
Yeah,
and
they have.
They just playing undermanned right now. Chad Surratt is still quarterbacking for him. He was 18 for 30.
18 for 20, is that right?
No, 18 for 30.
18 for 30, okay.
18 for 30.
I was going to say, that's pretty good.
I had a typo there. They might have scored more than 7 points.
Write that down, 18 for 30.
But he was 18 for 30 and had one intercepted. And for 140 yards, he had 30 yards rushing, but they scored that touchdown late in the game after it was 30-0. So they weren't competitive with Georgia Tech at all. So Chaz is still the quarterback, and his receivers, they've lost several to injury, and so he hadn't got the best cast to help him out there.
Right. So, Chaz has played really well for the first year as the starting quarterback of the North Carolina Tar Heels. But the defensive side of the football, Ken, they have been in shambles. They can't stop it. I don't think they can stop a junior college football team out there. I mean, they have really
a lot of holes in that
yes,
defense.
they do. Yes, they do. They need to recruit on that side of the football as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes coaches, and we know Fedora's an offensive-minded coach, but you got to put those good athletes on the other side of the ball as well, Tim. And they haven't done that real well at North Carolina the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, let me ask you a question. If is Fedora, is his job on the line?
I don't think
How long has he been there? 4 or 5 years?
I think he's been there 5 or 6 years.
I was going to say 4, 5, 6.
But I don't think it is now, because one of the problems is
injuries.
Unbelievable amount of injuries this year. And
key players, too, in key positions.
I mean,
too.
there'll be
Offensive
people
defense.
asking that question, but I don't think it will be because of the injuries. But if they have a real bad year, which I'm afraid they are going to, they've only won 1 game, then people will be asking those kind of questions.
Butch Jones, Tennessee, he's gone.
He's just a matter of
Is he going to
time.
make it? Is he going to make it to the end of the season?
I don't know. Probably not.
I think he will. I think he will.
Well, we'll
I don't
see.
think they'll do it during the season.
They could fire him and put in an interim coach.
They could.
But he obviously not going to be there in 2018.
No, he won't be there
I think
next
that's
year.
a given there.
Now, speaking of Clemson Tigers, without a doubt, they're a top 3 program. I mean, you've got Alabama, Clemson, and I'd say probably, even though Georgia's playing really good, I'd have to say Ohio State.
Ohio State's
those
always
3
up there.
Yeah, and Michigan, you got Harbaugh, of course, and then probably Georgia. But Dabo Swinney is an unbelievable recruiter, and that's where it starts at right there. And he's recruited a lot of his kids out of the state of North Carolina.
Sure, he gets
one of them we know for a fact is Tanner Moose.
Yeah, he gets some real good talent out of South Carolina and North Carolina, as well as going down in
he's getting the top
in
recruits
Georgia
now.
And Florida. He's recruiting nationwide, but he gets really the rich talent, a lot of it out of North and South Carolina.
Right, and he's done an unbelievable job. I was listening to I can't remember where it was, what station it was. I think it might have been 610 or somewhere or another. They was talking about Bobby Bowden's son, who was the head coach there at Clemson. Terry Bowden, I believe it was Terry. And so anyway, they was talking about, and Terry said that he was on I think he said he was on the board of directors when they hired Dabo. And Dabo was part of his recruiting process too, coaches there. And he said he recommended him because of the person he was, the personality, how he got along with the players and stuff, and said he felt like that he was the man going to take Clemson to the top. And boy, was he right. Was he ever right?
Well, he's taken them to the top, and now they're going to stay up there, Tim, because he's going to get the big time recruits every year.
Yeah,
and that's what's happening. That's the reason they're good again. Yeah, they lost a lot last year. They lost Deshaun Watson, which, by the way, we'll talk about after a while. He's tearing it up in the NFL now. But I'm just saying they plug it in, and they've got a lot of talent come in to replace it. And it's because of that great recruiting.
Oh yeah, I mean, and think about Terry was talking about his father, Bobby Bowden, who was at Florida State for all them years, and great. He said he's a great recruiter and great coach. He said recruiting. He said, and the number one thing in college football, and he said you got to get out. You got to go and recruit your players. And he said that's one thing that Dabo Swinney has done Unbelievable. He goes and he recruits. He said he's like family when he goes out there, like Harbaugh does. Yeah. So he said that's why everybody
and he gets out there.
Yes, he does.
I know you got assistant coaches that's got responsibility for recruiting stuff, but it makes a difference when that head coach comes.
Well, Harbaugh, he stays on night with some of his players. And eats and everything.
Well, he's a little different kind of cat. That's all I
Yes, he is. So the top 5 NCAA football rankings right here today. You got the Alabama Crimson Tide at 1, Clemson Tigers 2, Oklahoma Sooners, they're there at 3, and you have Penn State Nittany Lions at 4, and the Georgia Bulldogs at number 5. And you're listening to Ken Link and Tim Johnson on The Best in Sports. And we'll be back after these fine messages right here on WCSL 1590. It's The Best in Sports every Wednesday. You can catch us live on YouTube and podcast. Kenny, we got some NFL news coming up next.
Yeah, we're ready to talk about a lot going on in NFL.
You could listen to your boss.
Work.
But wouldn't you really rather listen to us?
I listen to it all day long.
Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
I'm Lon Helton, inviting you to join me as I count down the week's top 30 with my co-host Jason Aldean, who tells me about the Name the Baby conversation.
So every night we'd get in bed or whatever, and I'd say, hey, what do you think about this name? And she wouldn't like it. There was only one that we really liked.
That's Jason Aldean this week on Country Countdown USA.
Country Countdown USA with Lon Helton, Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Big O Country, 1590 AM WCSL, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com. Today, more and more people are shopping and getting their information online. Here at KTC Broadcasting, we're making our websites easier for you to find out what you're looking for. At KTCBroadcasting.com, you can listen to all 3 of our radio stations, plus watch live video of high school sports, American Legion Baseball, Christmas parades, and other special events. At WhatsAppShopper.com, you'll find all kinds of deals from our local merchants. Shop our eBay store, plus swap shop items, along with community and church events and our local news. And at LincolnCounty.com, you'll find all the information you need concerning Lincoln County, from local businesses to government to school information, even today's local weather forecast. So click on and enjoy. That's KTCBroadcasting.com, the WhatsAppShopper.com, and LincolnCounty.com. The future is today.
This is the voice of the Blue Devils, David Shoemate, inviting you to join us for the 2017 edition of Duke Blue Devils football. We'll bring you all the action all season long, including in-depth analysis and exclusive access to players and coaches before the opening kick and after the final whistle. This is your exclusive source for Duke football.
Duke, North Carolina, and Clemson football, right here on the Boss of Big O Country, your beach oldies and sports stations.
Holden Carpenter of West Lincoln High School is this month's McDonald's WOHS What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete of the Month. Holden is the son of Tanya and David Carpenter. Holden also plays soccer, runs cross country, and is a member of the West Lincoln track team. Holden has a grade point average of 4.67. Holden's advanced courses include AP Literature and Composition, AP Government, and AP History. He's a member of the New Vision Ministry Church and is involved in the Ignite student group. Upon graduation, Holden plans to enroll in a community college for 2 years, then transfer to NC State and major in agriculture. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievement in the classroom and overall school and community citizenship.
The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Country Countdown USA with Lon Helton, Friday afternoons from 1 until 4, right here on Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia, online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
We're back on the best in sports right here for you. Tim Johnson and Ken Link. We had some technical difficulties in the studio a while ago, and Ken had to go outside and fix our camera. I happened to look at the podcast, our Ken, and I said, Ken, we're on the air, but we are not being looked at. And so Ken had to go outside the window, turn around. So we got that straight. I guess you can see how pretty Ken is now.
Well, you get to see us now. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but at least you can see we are in the studio.
Well, Randy Emmon just called us, Ken, and just left a message saying, Ken sounds really good on the radio, so I guess I don't. So, I'll remember that tomorrow, Randy, when I see you in the morning at FedEx. I just want you to know that. So, but anyway, Randy Emmon working out delivering packages for the big FedEx ground out of Newton Conover up around the Hickory area where we work at every Monday through Friday, or Tuesday through Saturday, we call it, Ken. So Randy's a good buddy of ours.
And Newton Conover, speaking of Newton Conover,
oh man,
Tim, you and I doing some local high school football games have been at Newton Conover, and we'll be back up there this week. And I think we'll be up there another game or two.
Yes.
So we're familiar with that territory.
We got the West Lincoln Rebels coming up our Friday night,
right.
so I'm looking forward to seeing Coach Sain's football team. First time we got to see them this year. Also, speaking of West Lincoln High School, the athletic director, Mr. Wayne Navy, Coach Navy, will be calling our show here sometime after 4:30. We're going to be putting him live on the air. We're going to talk about the West Lincoln High School annual golf tournament. They have this every year, and it's going to be this year. It's Saturday, October the 14th, which will be next Saturday at Lincoln Country Club. And the format will be the captain's choice, and it's $50 a player. And if you have any questions, you can call Coach Wayne Navy, and his number is 980-241-2966. He's a good friend of ours and a good friend of our shows, too. So look forward to talking to Coach here in just in a little bit, Ken. We're going to put him live on the radio.
Okay. All right, let's transition to some NFL
Let's do
news.
It. Kansas City, Ken.
Only undefeated team in the National Football League right now. After only 4 games, everybody's lost once, except Kansas, at least once.
Yes.
Except Kansas City.
And they got everything going on both sides of the ball. We know they got special teams with the with that little bitty guy that runs all over the field like a
they call him the human joystick.
Is that what it is? Yeah. What's it? Tyreek? Is that his name? Tyreek Hill or Hall? Something like that?
No, it's gosh, I can't think of it.
Yeah.
If you hadn't asked me, I'd have told you what it was.
He is a phenomenal football player.
Played at North Carolina A&T, and he's certainly he's only about 5'6", but boy, he's hard to account for. And returns kicks and actually gets out there sometimes and plays a little offense as a receiver. So he's a dangerous guy out there.
He's dangerous anytime he steps on the field. I bet they even thought about putting him on defense.
I don't know about that. But.
I tell you something, Ken. I'm happy for Andy Reid. Is he not a class act, one of the best coaches, in my opinion, in football, period? My offensive mind coach. This guy's one of the best. You know, he came from the Bill Walsh, through the West Coast, the offensive-wise Bill Walsh, the genius who was at the 49ers and went to Green Bay. Andy was at Green Bay when he had Brett Favre. Then left Green Bay, went to the Philadelphia Eagles, and he was there. And now he's left the Eagles, and he's with Kansas City. He's done a sensational job. This guy is first class. Great coach.
He's done a great job. And if you look at the AFC, the teams have been beating up each other a little bit. They're the only 4-0 team in the AFC, obviously, but there's only 3 other teams in the AFC that are 3-1, have 3-1 records, and that's the Bills, the Broncos, and the Steelers. Everybody else has lost at least 2, so they're beating up on each other a little bit. Buffalo knocked off previously undefeated Atlanta this past week, 23-17. And Tim, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills, coached by Sean McDermott, the former defensive coordinator for the Panthers. They lead the NFL in the as a defense in the least amount of points allowed so far this year. So they're playing great defense, and that's how they're winning.
Well, look what he did for the Carolina Panthers back when they went to Super Bowl. Their defense was unbelievable. Turnovers, taking it to the house, and he had, of course, Luke Kuechly, who was the man, for that defense, as well as had Josh Norman, who played defensive back there, had a sensational year. But he comes from a defensive-minded coach, Jim Johnson, who was with the Philadelphia Eagles for years, and he passed on a few years ago. Jim Johnson did, but he comes from that philosophy minded of defensive coordinator. So this guy is taking what Jim Johnson did at Philadelphia, all those great defenses there at Philadelphia, and taking it to Buffalo, as well as when he left Carolina, taking Buffalo. So he's a great defensive-minded coach, and it looks like he's doing a great job for the Buffalo Bills.
And speaking of their defense, in this game against Atlanta, how many times have we seen Ryan for Atlanta march down on a last
I tell you,
on a game-winning drive? Well,
Yes.
he was down there in the red zone trying to get in, and they stopped him on downs and didn't let him in there. If he got in there and got the extra point, they could have won it. But Buffalo said, no, we're not going to let you in here. So great defense to keep him out.
Yeah, and I agree with you there too. So Buffalo's having a great year, and you coach up there, Sean McDermott, is doing a sensational job there for the Bills. And Atlanta, is Atlanta the best team in y'all's conference?
Well, that remains to be seen. Right now, you got the Atlanta and the Panthers, who we'll talk about in a minute, who pulled a big upset, 9.5 point underdog, going to the New England
that was
to play
upset.
those Patriots.
I agree with you. We never thought.
And went in there and pulled off the win.
Yes. All righty, you got Houston destroyed Jacksonville 57-14, and the Clemson superstar that played there last year, who took him to 2 national championships, Deshaun Watson, is having a sensational year this year. 4 TD passes, Ken, and ran for another one. So that young man, I knew when he came out of college, I said, he's going to be a great quarterback. And,
and he's already showing great leadership as a rookie.
Yes.
After 4 games.
Yeah,
I mean,
4 games, yep.
He's got that team going. He's got the offense that has confidence in him, and he's a leader of that team right now.
I tell you, with that defense, and now they're putting points on the board with a quarterback like it. They've never had a quarterback. Think about it.
No,
never had a quarterback.
No, they
got one now.
They got one,
Yep.
and he's a dual threat out there.
Yes, he can. He can run and throw, and he's smart too, and he protects the football really well. He's a lot like Dak Prescott from the Cowboys, but I'm gonna tell you, there's a difference between him and Dak. He's faster.
Yeah,
he is quicker and faster. He runs. He might be just a little taller than Dak, I believe, but Dak's bigger body wise.
Yeah,
physically he's bigger. But far as both of them guys are going to be stars in the NFL for a long time.
Yes, and speaking of rookie quarterbacks, the Browns have finally made the decision to go with Mitch Trubisky as their quarterback. After
That's the Bears.
Bears. What
did
I say? The Browns?
Browns, yeah.
I meant the Bears. I'm sorry. The Bears, after starting.
You sound like me today.
by starting off the way they have, they finally said, hey, we got to make a switch.
Well, why would they even to me, Glennon, even in college at NC State, when Russell Wilson was there at the quarterback at NC State, and the head coach there made a decision to say, Russell, you're not going to be our starter because you're going to go play baseball. Well, he did that for 3 years. Think about it. Russell Wilson played baseball for 3 years. And one summer, I think he played minor league baseball, I believe, or played some kind of summer baseball. Never practiced, just on the side for football. Well, the coach made that decision because he thought Glennon, was going to be better than Russell. Well, Russell's been how many Super Bowls?
Yeah, and Glennon has not really done much of anything in the NFL.
He's not even a backup quarterback, Ken. In my book.
No, well, it took John Fox a while to figure that out, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, and they paid him how much money for
too much. I don't remember the figures, but it was like, what?
That's what I'm saying. What?
Somebody that don't even, he's not a household name.
Now, I like John Fox, don't get me wrong. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, who in the world made that executive decision within an organization to give that man that much money? I mean, backup quarterback, bring him in. But, they didn't have a starting quarterback, and they didn't to me, right now, don't have a backup quarterback with Glenn. But Trubisky, we wish him luck. He's a Carolina product. So, hopefully he'll come in and do good things for the Bears. And he did do good things in preseason, did he not?
Yeah, well, he looked great in preseason. They just said, well, he doesn't have the experience. Well, Deshaun Watson didn't have the NFL experience, and he's doing well. It's not like it used to be, Tim. It used to be you got to set, you got to learn before you get in the game, and I know that's what Rodgers did.
Yes.
But sometimes if it depends on your personnel. If you don't have anybody very good at quarterback, put the guy out there you drafted to be your quarterback and let him learn.
Let him learn. Let him take his lumps. Let him get in the flow of the system, get time and stuff. And by the end of the season, he'll be doing well. It's kind of like the Cowboys doing with them defensive backs. They're going to struggle right now.
You got to go through that.
They'll be better by the end of the year.
In the NFC, there are no undefeated teams, but the Falcons, Panthers, Eagles, Rams, Lions, and Packers all have 3-1 records.
Now, I'm going to tell you, to me, from looking at the whole entire group, we go 3-1. Ken, right now, the best 3-1 team, I hate to say this, from looking, I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Well, if you look,
I'm going to tell you why. They go to New England.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to go with the Panthers.
It's impressive. Now, I know New England's defense is struggling some, but still, you got to go up there and do enough to beat the Pats and Tom Brady in their stadium. That's not easy to do. I don't care who's on the field.
Here's why I'm going with the Panthers. Their defense. And the Falcons, I put the Panthers-Falcons 1 and 2. I'm going to say the Panthers' defense is the key. Reason why Packers' defense I'm not crazy about. Yes, they got Aaron Rodgers. But the Lions – oh man, Ken, I don't know. They could be 4. I might have to, I'm gonna tell you.
Well, guess who?
I'm gonna take that back. Ken. I'm gonna go with the Lions and Panthers, and then the Falcons.
Well, guess what?
Because they should have beat the Falcons.
Guess what? You'll have some more to go on this week because the Panthers go to Detroit.
Are you serious?
And play the Lions this week.
That's going to be a great football game. We're going to find out just how good the Panthers are going to be for the rest of the season. Because the Lions, I'm telling you, they might. To me, the way. They're top 5-6 football team right now.
They play well.
Yes, they have.
And the thing about Atlanta, not to just throw stones at Atlanta because they're in the South of the Panthers, but Atlanta could have very easily lost 2 more ball games.
They should have lost
2 ball games where the other team was down inside the 5 on the 1 yard line trying to get in and couldn't quite. They could have easily lost 2 more ball games.
Yep. So, like you said, Panthers went to New England, defeated Tom Brady and the Pats 33-30. That's impressive. To go to New England and beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick is impressive. And that don't happen very often.
And Cam Newton had a great game. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not a big Shula fan as far as the offensive coordinator for the Panthers, but he called a great game.
That's what I heard.
He had some plays on there. There's one beautiful play, Tim. They know McCaffrey is a threat. And he had caught a couple passes in a row, and they put him in motion going to the right, and Cam took the snap and looked at McCaffrey. McCaffrey looked at him. Everybody thought he's going there, and had a screen set up on the left side. In the last second, he threw over there, had it set up, and Whitaker took it 28 yards for a touchdown. There wasn't anybody on that side of the field that could get him because they all were looking at McCaffrey.
Well, I told you last week that Cam was hurt. He's not going to be his normal set. He's going to take him some time to come around. Looks like he's starting to come around.
Well, this past week, before that game, Tim, he practiced every day. He threw every day. He took every snap in practice, and he said he was feeling better. So I think we saw the results of that Sunday.
I think you're right. So, and the Dallas Cowboys lose to a close one to the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes,
Los Angeles Rams. First say St. Louis Rams. Los Angeles Rams 35-30. And this week they play the Green Bay Packers, and it's at Dallas, so that's going to be a big game for the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys win that game. I think they'll win that game.
They need this game, Tim.
Well, Sean Lee, they didn't have Sean Lee this past week. He's got a hamstring problem, so he'll be back. And they're thinking Anthony Hitchens might be possibly back for that game too. He's been practicing the last couple of weeks. So, and David Irving, they get their big defensive lineman, defensive end. I think they put him at end and defensive tackle. He was the spark plug last year. He's back, so they're starting to get their products and stuff back. Chidobe Awuzie, hopefully he'll come back. He's having hamstring problems too, so hopefully he can come back here real soon. So they're starting to get their product back. Offensively, they've been struggling a little bit. Dak's been struggling a little bit. My thing is Dez Bryant. He is not a number 1 receiver. To me, he is a great number 2 receiver.
Is he banged up a little bit?
No, he's healthy. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He just can't create space. As a wide receiver, if you cannot create space from a defensive back, you're not going to be successful. I'm going to tell you why. Because the quarterback, it puts more pressure on your quarterback to make that perfect throw.
Yes, and you got to have.
Doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
And you got to have your body positioned.
Yep.
between the quarterback and defender, and he's got
He
to throw
cannot
it
create
just
space.
right, or
Right.
you can't complete that
He's
pass.
lost that step, Ken, is what it is. He's lost that step. So, all right, that's going to do it for some NFL news, and we're going to come back here in just in a little bit, and we're going to talk some Major League Baseball with the Yankees winning the other night, Ken, against the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, big victory. Hit 3 home runs. The Yankees got the bats out, and now as a reward, they get to play those Cleveland Indians.
All right, hopefully we got Coach Wayne Navy coming up next right here on The Best in Sports. Tim Johnson and Ken Link.
The official Listen at Work station.
Can you remind me what I pay you people for?
Big O Country, WCSL, 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
For a limited time, Papa John's Pizza in Cherryville has some great kickoff specials. Right now, get any 5-topping or specialty pizza for just $11. But that's not all. Get a 2-topping extra large for just $11. Hurry, offer ends soon. Place your order by calling 704-802-4477. And don't forget, you can dine in too at Papa John's Pizza in Cherryville. Open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. Again, place your order at 704-802-4477. Here's what's up in Cleveland, Gaston, and Lincoln counties. Brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Big O Country, WCSL, and the Boss, WOHS and WLON. The Almost Gong Show is coming October 14th at the Lincoln Cultural Center at 7 p.m. Admission is $15 for adults. Come enjoy the fun as contestants try their best to impress the guest judges. There will be over $3,000 in cash and prizes. Also, the Shelby Mission Camp will host a family caregiver appreciation brunch on Thursday, November 2nd from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. For information, call 919-422-9990. And that's What's Up, brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, and the Boss, WOHS 1390 AM and 1015 FM, and WLON 1050 AM. For more information, go to whatsupshopper.com.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Hear the roar of the engines and the excitement of the crowd when you're sitting at the Bank of America 500 Sunday, October 8th. Hey, we'll be giving away 4 tickets to the Bank of America 500 to a family of 4, plus $100 in fun money, 4 What's Up Shopper t-shirts, a free meal for 2, a $50 shopping spree at the Scoreboard Shop in Gastonia, and a free night's lodging at the Hampton Inn in Gastonia. Register today with no obligation to buy at Oakey's Tire and Recap in West Warren Street in Shelby, Medical Center Pharmacy, East Academy Street in Cherryville, Norman's Cafe, Highway 10 in Vail, the Boston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Boston, Honda Motorcycles on Highway 74 East in Shelby, the Captain's Cap Family Seafood, Linwood Road in Gastonia, Bill Shuford Heating and Air, Campbell Street in Shelby, Weston Cells, Highway 18 in Vail, Love's Fish Box on Shelby Road in Kings Mountain, and Carpet One Interiors on East Ozark Avenue, Gastonia. The drawing will be held Friday, October 6th, so register to win for the Bank of America 500 NASCAR giveaway.
It's time to tee it up at the Pound Mountain Golf Course. Play and ride all day, Monday through Friday for $28. Senior rate is $25. Play and ride 18 holes Monday through Friday for $21. Seniors play for $18. Play and ride weekends and holidays for $28. For your tee time, give them a call at 828-433-4950. The Pine Mountain Golf Course. Come and play today.
You know your automobile is your second biggest investment next to your home. Protect it from the winter snow and sleet with a new carport cover from Acre Enterprises in Cherryville. And now Acre Enterprises in Cherryville has lean-to deck covers with a 40-year warranty on the metal, along with metal roofing for your home or mobile home. Acre Enterprises, 1220 Shelby Highway across from Food Line in Cherryville. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, Saturday, 8 till 12 noon. Online at acrecarports.com. Hey friends, this is Milton Baker from Memory Lane Antiques and Finds in downtown Krause. You'll love the changes at Memory Lane, and there are more changes coming. If you have items to sell, come see us. We can set up a booth for you and sell the items for you, and you just keep bringing in those great antiques and finds. Memory Lane will continue to offer one-on-one great customer service. For Morning Mountain Fog homemade soaps, Happy Home flavorings, Howard's Furniture Polish and Restore, barbecue sauce, relish and chow chow, and more, come see us. Open Tuesday through Friday, 12 noon till 6 p.m. Saturdays 10 to 3 at 2721 Old Highway 150 West in Krause beside the post office. Call our new number at 704-240-4044.
NASCAR racing right here on Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
All righty, welcome back to the Best in Sports. Tim Johnson and Ken Link here with you live at WCSL 1590. And right now, Ken, we have Mr. Coach Wayne Navy from the West Lincoln High School. He is the athletic director there. And, Coach, can you hear us?
I got you, yeah.
Coach Navy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
How's West Lincoln High School up there for you?
Things going well.
Now, you guys got a big football game coming up Friday night, and Ken and I will be at Newton Conover High School. And, Coach, we're hoping that you're going to pull off this big win up there.
Well, you know, I hope so. We played them well last year, and you don't know they got a really good football team, but you know we're proud of our boys too, and so I think hopefully I'm hoping we can go up there and control the ball.
Absolutely, and Coach, absolutely, Coach, and we're pulling for you here. And Coach Tommy Sane has done a sensational job, and you got a young football team too, Coach. You got a lot of sophomores and juniors playing.
We really do. It's we got some really fine sophomores and juniors and seniors as well, but they're learning and growing, and you know I hope to just keep getting better every week.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, you've got a annual golf tournament that you have every year, and it's going to be October the 14th next Saturday at Lincoln Country Club. Tell us a little bit about that tournament, Coach.
Well, we've been doing this tournament for 20-some years, I guess, and it's just a fundraiser and fellowship thing that we do every year to raise funds for our sports boosters. Our boosters buy all of our uniforms for us, and so it's something we just get together with folks in the community and have a good time. We'll have lunch. We'll serve lunch between 12 and 12:30 at Lincoln Country Club under shelter, and then tee off on the Captain's Choice tournament between 1:30 and 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
We charge $55 per golfer, and golfers are able to purchase 2 mulligans apiece if they want to for $5 apiece, and everybody comes and we have a good time, and it helps raise us a little money for our kids.
Like you said, it's a good cause too. Like you said, the sports booster stuff there at West Lincoln High School. Absolutely. I tell you, Coach Wayne Navy, who's been athletic director there at West Lincoln High School for numerous years. When you think about West Lincoln High School, Ken, there's one person that stands out, and that's Coach Wayne Navy.
Yeah, and everybody knows about West Lincoln and wrestling, but we're pleased to see other sports doing well,
absolutely,
especially football this year.
Absolutely. So, Coach Wayne Navy, West Lincoln High School annual golf tournament, Saturday, October the 14th at Lincoln Country Club. If you people out there, all your listeners out there, want to be a part of this, you can contact Coach Navy at 980-241-2966. His number is on the athletic website as well. Also, you can look into Lincoln Herald and Lincoln Times News. Our good friend David Keever and Wayne Howard, they put all that information in there every week. And I know Coach Navy, he wants to get as many teams as possible, and I'm sure it'll probably be a shotgun start. Is that correct, Coach?
It is, yes. Captain's Choice and shotgun start. We like I say, right now we've got about probably 15 teams in, and we can accommodate more. We usually have somewhere between 80 and 100 and a couple golfers.
All righty, Coach. Well, thank you for calling, Coach, and thank you for tuning in for us. And if there's anything we could do for West Lincoln High School or for Coach Wayne Navy here at KTC Broadcasting, Ken Link and Tim Johnson, hey, you got my number, Coach. Just give me a call.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you too, sir.
See you.
Bye. All righty, that's Coach Wayne Navy there at West Lincoln High School, the athletic director. Like I say, West Lincoln High School, the annual golf tournament, they have it every year, so it's a big event. And a lot of their football players and stuff like that, they come out as well to participate, as well as baseball players and basketball players too. So I'm sure the athletic department and the staff there will be helping out there at Lincoln Country Club. So it's $55 a player, and call Coach Wayne Navy.
Okay, Tim. Speaking of high school football, let's have her talk a little bit about our Cherryville Ironman. Every week we have a segment we talk about the Cherryville Ironman, and sort of sponsored by Max Grill, a place that Tim and I love to go eat at on
Arnon. He's the man.
He's the man down there, and I think he thinks he's a celebrity since Tim
We put him live on the air is what we done. We put, he is a celebrity. Absolutely. So, high school football, Cherryville Ironman, they're 0-2, 2-4, lost to County of School of Davison. Is that correct, Ken?
Yes, 34-33.
Didn't know that.
It was one of those games back and forth. Cherryville scored last, but they couldn't quite get the 2-point conversion. They didn't go for the tie, Tim. They went for the win, and they were a little bit short. And actually dropped a very close one that I know they feel like they could have won.
Right.
Chapel Moss had 105 yards on 25 carries and 2 touchdowns offensively for the Ironman. This week they got another tough game. They play Mountain Island Charter, who's got a good team, and we know that Marcus Graham, the quarterback who used to be at East Lincoln's down there, so they got another tough game this week.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to we're going to get Coach Tim Pruitt on the air too. We just got to find time to get him here. I know he's busy with his football team, stuff like that. But the last time we talked to him up at the Apple Festival, Ken, he said he was going to call in our show. So we might try to hook him up.
We'll hook him up. He's with practice and stuff. It's at a time it's difficult for him to get away and make a call, but we'll get him on here.
Right. So like I say, Max Grill, Arnon, and of course Shannon. They are the owners there at Max Grill. Great food, and we're going to be heading over there after the show here today, Ken, to eat some great Max food. I don't know what you're going to give, but
I eat a light lunch, so I'm hungry. So I'm gonna dig into something.
Dig into something good, are we? Yeah. So you can check out Max Grill there, located on Cherryville Highway. Right, actually, it's right before. If you're coming from Cherryville, it's right before the radio station on the left in the shopping center there. It's a little bitty joint.
I think it's called Cherry Hills Strip Mall Shopping Center.
Absolutely.
There. That's where we'll be.
You know, the thing about it is, a lot of these small diners and stuff like that, it's got some of the best food you ever eat, Ken.
Oh, yeah, these places they
specialize in it.
Call hole-in-the-wall places. That's where you get some of the best food.
Absolutely. NASCAR news, Ken, you was telling me before the hour, and I had no idea that Robert Yates passed away.
Yeah, he just passed away. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. Just passed away, and Robert Yates was a legend. He's in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. He was a legendary engine builder and later became an owner. He built cars for Dale Jarrett. He built it for the Allisons. Dale Jarrett, with Yates as owner, won the 1999 NASCAR championship, and he was the engine builder for Bobby Allison's 1983 NASCAR
very smart man.
And his cars, Tim, won 57 races and 48 poles. So he knew what he was doing.
Speed.
And, he was a great engine builder, and a lot of folks knew him, and he came along and spanned a time when NASCAR just was becoming more and more and more popular from the old days into the I guess most
new
recent generation.
Yeah, and like you said, well known, well respected.
Yes,
one of the most respected people in the NASCAR world. That is Robert Yates, and his son Doug Yates has taken over pretty much his dad's business. So I know Doug personally. Did his wedding reception years ago. Fine person. Mr. Robert Yates, met him several times. Him and Jack Rouse used to build a lot of motors and stuff like that. They're real good friends. Jack is another person who's well known in the racing world of NASCAR, as of Joe Gibbs and Rick Hendricks, and of course all the other great ones too. So that's sad news of the racing world. So our hearts go out to the Yates family. So Ken, basically in the third playoff race at Dover, Kyle Busch won. Is that back-to-back wins?
Back-to-back wins.
That's what I was telling my father-in-law.
Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott finished second, and 4 drivers were eliminated. The next race is right here in our area, Charlotte, the Bank of America 500. And there are 12 drivers who advanced. And the way this works, Tim, is sort of strange. When you get to this next round, after they've dropped 4 and you got 12 left, the 12th round as they call it, they start with 3,000 points. Everybody gets 3,000 and add to it the playoff points you've accumulated.
So in other words, 3 to what they got now?
Yeah. What's what they got now. So Martin Truex Jr.'s got 3,059 points. He leads. Kyle Busch has got 3,041. Kyle Larson, 3,034. And Brad Keselowski, 3,020. That's top.
Tight. They're all tight.
That's your top 4. But hanging right in there at 5th, Tim, Jimmy Johnson, 3,017, followed by Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Matt Kenseth, and Jamie McMurray. All 12 of those are still in the race. These next 3 races, after that, they'll drop off 4 more as they count down to get into that final race where the championship will be determined between 4 drivers.
Jimmy, like you said, Jimmy's 5th.
Yeah.
So he's
hanging around there. I'm predicting he'll be
32 points behind the leader.
Yeah, but you only got to make 4th place.
4th place.
It
that's
don't
right.
matter how much the leader's ahead, because if you're one of those final 4, all you got to do is finish ahead of the other 3 in that last race.
Hey, Kyle Busch. I mean, he's
racing well.
He's racing well.
I mean, win 2 straight. He's racing very well.
Well, that's awesome, Kenny. All righty, Kenny. I see here some Major League Baseball.
Well, Tim,
what you got?
the playoffs have started.
How about them Yankees?
Yankees last night in Minnesota. I tuned in on that game, and Minnesota jumped on them with 2 home runs in the top of the first, and I said, "Wow!" And guess what? The Yankee starter, he didn't make it through the first inning.
Really? Who started for the Yankees?
That's Severson that started for him.
Right.
And he pitched 1/3 of the inning, and after 3 runs and a couple more on base, they pulled him and brought the bullpen in, who, by the way, did a tremendous job. They held Minnesota to only 1 run the rest of the game, while the Yankees got their bats going against Santana, Irvin Santana for Minnesota.
He's a good pitcher.
Scored 3 in the bottom of the first on a 3-run homer. And then he stayed around a little bit, but he didn't last too long. The Yankees started tacking on runs. Ended up winning 8-4, hitting 3 home runs. The interesting thing about it, Tim, after the game, man, they celebrated. They had champagne. You'd think they won the World Series. All they got to do is advance to the next round and play the Cleveland Indians. They haven't won anything yet.
Well, maybe as far as that's going to go. You know what I'm saying?
Tim, look at it this way. What would you think about, let's say the Cowboys won their first round playoff game, and they celebrate after the first game like that? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Well, they hadn't won one in a while, so I'd be happy. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about, kid?
You'll be celebrating anyway. Right?
I'll be celebrating. What are you talking about? You wouldn't have to worry about the Cowboys.
But
I'll be celebrating like a Super Bowl.
Anyway, go ahead and celebrate, because guess who you get to play now?
Yeah.
They face the Cleveland Indians, and that series begins tomorrow night.
Well, here's the thing about the Indians, Ken. Their head coach, Terry Francona, Tito, we call him Tito, Terry Francona. He was with the Boston Red Sox for years, so he knows the Yankees inside and out. So he knows.
And Cleveland got great pitch. The Cleveland's got a good. I mean, Yankees got a good bullpen. Cleveland got a good bullpen, but Cleveland has a starting pitching as well. Yeah. And Yankees do not have that kind of starting.
And
pitching.
they're chomping at the bit.
Yeah, they're ready.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Boston Red Sox and Houston Astros series begins tomorrow night as well.
That's going to be a good series. I'm going to pick Boston to win that series.
That's going to be in that first game. You know who you got? Verlander for Houston.
I'm picking Boston to win that series.
Against Chris Sale for Boston. Boy, you talk about 2 aces on the mound. You got some pitching going on there.
Yes, you do. Like I say, I'm going with Boston in that series. Of course, my Cleveland Indians. I'm a Yankees fan, don't get me wrong. But I just think Terry Francona, this is his year to win another World Series with the Indians. I picked him, like you said, beginning of the season baseball. That's who I went with. He's got the team. And he's got, like you said, starting pitching as well as bullpen pitching. He's got defense and offense. He's got a legitimate great team.
And obviously they were the hottest team in baseball the last month and a half. In fact, they lose 2 or 3 games total. I mean, they were just had all kind of streaks going on. In the National League tonight, Tim, you have the National League wild card game, Colorado in Arizona to face the D-backs. That's the 2 wild card teams. The winner of that wild card game tonight will get to play L.A. Dodgers, and that series will start Friday.
Here's a head scratcher for me, Ken. The Dodgers started off hot. They was probably one of the best teams in baseball. Well, then he went cold at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. Okay, now they're playing Colorado or Arizona. The winner of that game, like you said, is play the Dodgers. Now, who's the better team between them 3?
Well, I'm telling you, down the stretch, Arizona, the last month and a half played
well,
played better than the other 2.
Who's our coach? Do you know, Ralph Hand? Arizona coach.
I can't remember.
I think I know who. He played Major League. I can't remember. Seemed like he played for the Giants. Is it Matt?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
And then you got Chicago and Washington National Series.
That begins Friday as well. So both those series will start Friday after the wild card game tonight, and we know who the winner is. But the Cubs play the Nationals, and I don't know whether the Cubs Tim, they just don't have the team to repeat this year like last year.
No, they don't.
They don't have the pitching, and some of their offensive players haven't produced like last year. So I think Nationals a strong team. I look for the Nationals too. I mean, we can make some prediction. I think the Nationals will beat the Cubs.
I agree with you there. I'll pick the Nationals to go to the World Series against Cleveland. I picked Cleveland and Nationals in the World Series.
I got to tend to agree with you, Tim. Early in the year, I'm not sure I'd have went with Cleveland, but I think
they got some offense. They got some.
I think Cleveland
is
the best team in the American League, and I think Nationals are the best team
in the National League.
In the National League, so we'll see how these series after the wild card games are best 3 out of 5, and after this round of series, the championship series for National League and the American League are both 4 out of 7, and then you of course the winners go to the World Series.
Ken, I heard on ESPN now that they said that the Yankees could beat Cleveland. Seriously, they're saying because of their bats.
Well,
they face their bats line up pretty good against their pitching. Their starting pitching is what they're saying.
Well, they got some. They got some home run hitters.
The catcher for the Yankees is pretty special.
Yep, Sanchez, and they got Judge. And,
Judge is playing.
Degarius, who hit a 3-run homer last night.
Gardner, who's the leader of the
playing
team.
Well. Gardner's playing well.
Yeah.
But Tim, I don't think their starting pitching. Their bullpen's good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think their starting pitching will hold out like Cleveland's.
Okay.
But we'll see. As you know, good pitching stops good hitting, and they got a lot of good starting pitching
every day.
I mean, Kluber's been outstanding, and
how many World Series you seen that's came down to hitting?
Most of the time it doesn't.
Yeah, it's always been pitching and
always
defense.
Pitching because if you're good enough to get there, Tim, you probably got 2 or 3 really good starters.
Yes.
And so it's pitching. That's what it is. It's pitching.
Well, the year that the Yankees got beat by Florida Marlins, they only had 2 dominant pitchers.
Yeah.
They had Beck. Was it Josh Beck or what's his name? The pitch for the Florida Marlins. He went on to Boston Red Sox.
When you got 2, that takes you
and
good
they
ways.
had that other kid too, who was what was his name? He had that funky windup, that real funky windup.
Yeah.
That's when they first. That was the. I think it was the second time after the Yankees got beat by the Arizona Cardinals. They played them like the Mariners, or I'm not the Mariners. I'm sorry, the Florida Marlins, and I can't think that guy's name. But both of them pitchers, Josh Beck, I think it's
Beckett.
Beckett, yeah.
Beckett.
Both of them pitchers, Ken, never panned out.
No,
Beckett, he had a lot of injuries and stuff.
After that, he had a lot of injuries,
panned out. Never.
But if you got a couple of good pitchers, I'm going to take you back now, Tim. Back in the old days of the Milwaukee Braves, not the Atlanta Braves.
Yep.
But when you had
Hank Aaron played,
you had Warren Spahn, you had
Warren
Sane, and they had Sane and Spahn, and they said their call for when they got to the playoffs in the World Series was Sane and Spawn and Sane and pray for rain. I mean,
I've heard that. Yeah. That's the analogy I've always heard. Yeah, and Warren Spahn, without a doubt, one of the great pitchers of all time. Yeah, no doubt about it. And you think about the Atlanta Braves, all them years that won all them National League pennants and stuff like that. They had Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, had John Smoltz, and of course the great one himself, Greg Maddux.
Yeah.
They were just so dominant, but their bullpen, they never had a really bullpen or middle, because those guys pitched 8 innings or 9 innings.
Yeah, they didn't need too much one.
No.
And nowadays it's completely
different.
Very seldom.
Yep.
But some of your better pitchers, sometimes they'll go 8 or 9, like Kluber.
Verlander can get it.
And
He can do
Sale
that. When
and
he's
Verlander.
on. Yes.
When they're on, they'll go 8 or 9. I mean,
yes.
they can do it, but a lot of pitchers can't do that.
Ken, that's a great show.
All right.
Great information there for all our listeners out there on the KTC Broadcasting. It's WCSL 1590 AM. Tim Johnson and the man himself, Mr. Baseball, Ken Link. We will be back here next Wednesday, every Wednesday from 4 to 5. Ken, we want to thank all our listeners for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
We'll see you next Wednesday right here on WCSL.
Have a great week and have a great weekend. You're listening to the best in sports right here on WCSL 1590.
NASCAR racing right here on Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia, online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Renato Automall and Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby is kicking off fall with a reduced inventory pricing event. Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings. Come join the boss as we broadcast live this Saturday, October 7th at Renato Automall in Shelby. We'll be there from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. with free hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. And register to win some great prizes, including 2 tickets to a North Carolina Tar Heel football game, Renaissance Festival tickets, free rounds of golf, a $25 gift card to the Homestead Restaurant in Lincoln, Boss T-shirts, and more. And be sure to register to win a self-propelled GMC toy truck. One to be given away every month, October, November, and December at Renato Cadillac.
Jousting nights, men in tights, shopping, music, dance, and
has not been done with this bill.
She says this is a systematic attack on the judiciary. The General Assembly today overrode Governor Roy Cooper's veto of an environmental bill that set aside some money to study a little unanalyzed chemical in the Cape Fear River, repealed a ban on plastic grocery store bags on the Outer Banks, and made some other changes. State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert is denying that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson called President Trump a moron. Her denial came after Tillerson himself declined an opportunity to refute a news report that he used the words to describe Trump after a Pentagon meeting in July. You're listening to NCN News.
At Charlotte Motor Speedway, we're more than just the home of NASCAR. We're the home of NASCAR moments. This Sunday, come share a few moments with us. A Saturday night concert with Brad Paisley, free with your Bank of America 500 ticket. Then a race day experience like none other. The Bank of America 500. This Sunday. Call 800-455-FANS.
This is the best time of year to come to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue for one of our fresh combo platters, made perfect with sips of Smithfield's famous sweet tea. I get it, Juicy Bird fried chicken is one delicious part of the combo, but don't forget the fresh, slow-cooked barbecue. And pulled pork barbecue. With our combo platters, you can love both.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
They outshine the rest, so buy from the best. That's Pegram Insurance for auto, home, motorcycle, and mobile home insurance. They'll shop for your lowest rates with low down payments, low monthly payments, and they insure any driver, any age, any vehicle. Visit your nearest location for a free quote today. Pegram Insurance, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, where you get lower rates and better service. Remember the name, Pegram Insurance.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. CKDKDS Macron. Oh, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail.
In local news, a Gastonia man was arrested and returned to jail for the 4th violation of his probation agreement. Michael Todd Jennings was given 3 years probation after his 2014 conviction on financial card fraud and possessing a firearm by a felon. In the 3-year probationary period, he has left the state without permission, violated his curfew, and most recently cut his ankle monitor off. Jennings now faces of interfering with an electronic monitoring device and misdemeanor injury to personal property. In 2 separate incidents on Tuesday, police officers from Gastonia and Belmont got treated disrespectfully at 2 local McDonald's restaurants. At the McDonald's on East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, Officer C.M. Lawrence was assaulted by a patron there. Robert Jr. Burris allegedly threw iced coffee in the face of the officer who came to investigate a disturbance. Burris of Kings Mountain was charged with misdemeanor counts of assaulting a government official and resisting a public officer. Meanwhile, in Belmont, at a McDonald's on North Main Street, an 18-year-old homeless woman cursed an officer and said she hoped police officers, quote, died and burned in hell. Rachel Brooke Cooper was charged with misdemeanor disorderly conduct. She posted her $500 bond, while Burris is still in jail on $25,000 bond. Detectives from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department conducted a forged check investigation that has resulted in the arrest of one man. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police say they arrested 63-year-old Harold Lorenzo Hill of Charlotte on warrants from Lincoln County. Hill allegedly cashed a counterfeit check for almost $900 at a Bank of America in Denver. In addition to the charges from Lincoln County, Hill also faces the same charges in Gaston County and will likely be charged for similar crimes in the greater Charlotte area and is expected to receive additional charges from multiple agencies. Detective Richard Calhoun began the investigation in Lincoln County on Hill September 9th. Surveillance photos and transaction information from the bank helped lead to the arrest. One of 5 people injured in a head-on collision with a drunk driver has died. 46-year-old Gregory Davis of Cherryville was buried this past Saturday. Davis died as a result of the 3-car collision on the Cherryville Highway near Jess Horde Road on September 18th. 5 people were taken to the hospital that day. According to authorities, 39-year-old Tony Story of Waco was under the influence of an impairing substance when the car he was driving crossed the yellow line and struck another car first before hitting Mr. Davis's pickup truck. Mr. Davis was taken to a Charlotte hospital but died on September 27th. Story has been charged with driving while his license was revoked, reckless driving, crossing left of center, and DWI. He will likely face other charges after Mr. Davis's death. The district attorney's office will be consulted by the Highway Patrol. Sightings of black bears are becoming more commonplace in the local area, but wildlife officials say not to become alarmed if you see one. They are not aggressive toward humans, but are just looking for food. Biologist Danny Ray says the sightings of black bear in this area are more common now than in the past because the bears are following the Catawba River drainage to this area. This all started, Ray says, about 5 years ago. The bears have been spotted in Belmont, High Shoals, Denver, and even Krause, among other locations. Ray says the black bear is a very mild-mannered, docile animal. Turning to sports, we have no games on tonight's schedule here on WOHS, AM and FM, and WCSL and WLON. But tomorrow night you can hear NFL Thursday Night Football with the Patriots at the Buccaneers at 8 p.m. That's a look at news. I'm Milton Baker reporting.
Who shops at Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs? Professional mechanics, shade tree mechanics, do-it-yourselfers, farmers, truckers, and industries. And maybe you should too. They have a knowledgeable and friendly parts counter staff, and they're glad to help you out anytime. And best of all, Putnam's prices are low on everything for everybody. Give them a call at 704-487-9395. It's in the phone book, or visit them online at PutnamDistributors.com. Located in downtown Patterson Springs off Highway 180 South. Just look for the signs. The reduced inventory pricing event, it's underway at Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry it out for extra special savings, like the 2016 and 17 Buick Encore. Get up to $5,000 off MSRP. Up to $8,000 off MSRP on the 2017 GMC Terrain, and up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2016 GMC Sierra. Come on in for all the details. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
High pressure sitting smack dab upon us. That's why the weather's been so nice this afternoon and will continue to be that way for Thursday, Friday, perhaps Saturday as well. Tonight it's clear and cool again. The low temperature in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow we expect a mostly sunny day, a warmer day, the high temperature in the lower 80s. Friday we continue the trend of mostly sunny skies. It's a little warmer. We expect low to maybe mid 80s across the region. That's the same for Saturday as well. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's
5:11, and the temperature is 77 degrees.
The train comfort specialist. He's so reliable that buses set their schedules to him. Once, he was the best man for a guy he didn't even know. He's never used a snooze button. The unstoppable train comfort specialist. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Your train dealer is Forest City Heated and Air at 457 South Broadway Street in Forest City. Call 828-245-1379. Remember, it's hard to stop a train. Don't miss the 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. It's time to save big money on in-stock units. They've got to go to make room for more inventory. Prices have been slashed. Don't let this special event slip you by, and you can even save more with your X plan. Come into Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby for all the details. The 20% off sales event going on now at Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at ClassicFordShelby.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach.
Here's the 0-2 to Polanco. Struck him out swinging. Ball game over. The Yankees win.
That is John Sterling with the call on WFAN as the Yankees got homers from Didi Gregorius, Brett Gardner, and Aaron Judge. They overcame a 3-0 deficit to beat the Minnesota Twins 8-4 in New York. Twins first baseman Joe Mauer says he wasn't sure their early 3-0 lead would stand up. He was right.
We were off to a great start, but we knew, it's a long ball game, especially postseason. Anything can happen from pitch to pitch. So it felt good to be up 3-0, but, they responded.
The Bombers advanced to face the Indians in the ALDS Game 1 Thursday in Cleveland. Washington Nationals righty Max Scherzer says he definitely plans to pitch in the NLDS against the Cubs, despite tweaking his right hamstring in the final regular season start. Nats manager Dusty Baker, though, says he's not sure who will start Game 1. The Milwaukee Brewers have finalized their purchase of the Class A Carolina Mudcats. The Brewers had made the announcement Tuesday that they purchased full ownership in the Carolina League affiliate. This past season was the first that the Mudcats and Brewers were affiliated. In light of the recent FBI investigation into college basketball, Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski says college hoops model needs significant changes. Kay says after the probe resulted in Louisville's coach Rick Pitino being fired, some changes are warranted, but
doesn't mean all of college basketball is bad. It also doesn't mean that that's necessarily the tip of some iceberg. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Krzyzewski reiterated his desire for someone to run college basketball, but said several organizations, including the NBA, the Players Association, the shoe companies, and those from colleges need to get together to make improvements in the game because there's been no progress recently. The Hurricanes open the regular season October 7th versus the Minnesota Wild. For season tickets, skate to CarolinaHurricanes.com. This is NCN Sports.
It's a carnival of savings at Ronaldo Kia in Shelby. Hurry in now and save thousands of dollars on remaining 2016 Kia models. Save up to $4,000 on the 2016 Kia Rio. Up to $3,500 on the 2016 Kia Soul. Save up to $5,985 on the 2016 Kia Forte and up to $6,000 on the 2016 Kia Optima. See Jessica, Sinitra, Mitchell, and Bo and save big during their Carnival of Savings sale. Ronaldo Kia, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby at Ronaldo Auto Mall. It's time to stock up for back to school with cash from Basic Finance in Shelby. You can get a loan from $500 to $7,500 at Basic Finance in Shelby. With Basic Finance in Shelby, you get fast, friendly, confidential customer service. They are behind you with the money you need and are a member resident lender in North Carolina. Basic Finance, 306 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-481-0111. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
How the time flies when I'm near you, when I'm near you. How the time flies, seems like heaven when I'm near you, when I'm near you. how the time flies. Wonder why when we're alone the hours always pass so fast. A kiss or two and then you're gone. Gee, the time just doesn't last. If the night would never pass and the sun would never rise, not one moment would we waste. But golly, how the time it flies. How the time flies when I'm near you. When I'm near you, how the time flies. How the time flies when I'm near you. When I'm near you, how the time flies. How the time flies. Give me time to realize
so close to the action, you can feel it.
Your sports leader, WHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, WCSL Cherryville Gastonia, and W268CU Shelby.
Auto insurance is something you hope you never need, but if you do, it has to be there. North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance has local agents you can trust, service you can rely on, and competitive rates your budget can appreciate. Tomorrow, today, and for the last 60 years, North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance helping you is what we do best. See Cleveland County Agent Bert Costner, 704-482-2436. North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina Incorporated. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need. You could be the next satisfied customer at SNR Auto Sales in Shelby. Come in now and check out the huge selection of late model, pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and more. And with a low down payment, you could be riding today. Come in for all the details, and chances are you'll be the next satisfied customer from SNR Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby, online at srautosales.com. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturday. That's SNR Auto Sales. The Cleveland County Fair returns September 28th through October 8th. It's Cleveland County's biggest annual event. Plan now to bring the family to the 93rd Cleveland County Fair. Entertainment includes the Zerbini Family Circus, Extreme Illusions and Escapes, Act Monsters, Chainsaw Art, Boomer and his farm delivery truck. Plus, enjoy the sounds of Blend with hits from the 50s and 60s, along with country and gospel. Plus, Demolition Derby on the grandstand. Plan now to be there September 28th through October 8th. The 93rd Annual Cleveland County Fair. Online at clevelandcountyfair.com. The Lincoln County Animal Services invite you to their open house Saturday, October 7th from 12 noon till 4 p.m. Come out and join them for a day of family fun. There will be live music featuring Lily Talent, plus vendors, food, prizes, photos, a raffle, tours, and adoption fee specials. For more information, give them a call at 704-736-4125. Don't miss it. The Lincoln County Animal Services Open House, Saturday, October 7th from 12 noon till 4 p.m. at Lincoln County Animal Services, 650 John Howe Memorial Drive in Lincoln. The reduced inventory pricing event, it's underway at Renato Cadillac Buick GMC in Shelby. Hurry it out for extra special savings like the 2016 and 17 Buick Encore. Get up to $5,000 off MSRP. Up to $8,000 off MSRP on the 2017 GMC Terrain, and up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2016 GMC Sierra. Come on in for all the details. Renato Cadillac Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
Hey, we're back at the Cleveland County Fair, Steve.
Yes, we are, folks. We're right here at the Cleveland County Fair, the 93rd edition of the Cleveland County Fair. Come on out, folks. You just see families and kids going up and down the midway. This is Kids Day, so come on out. Bring the young'uns and all. A fine time will be had by all, and all the rides are riding and everything, and all the food is good. Bring the young'uns out. They will be having a time up their life.
Hey,
right
we got
here.
Boomer and his farm delivery truck out there riding around. We got Blend Acapella Quartet. They'll be starting back at 6 o'clock. Zerbini Family Circus, 6:30 and 8:30 tonight. Extreme Illusions and Escapes with Josh and Leah Knott, 6, 7:30, and 9 o'clock. And Act Monsters Chainsaw, he's going all the time.
He's a cut-up.
He sure is. Hey, our broadcast being brought to you in part by Creason Roofing and Repair, taking fall and winter orders right now. They're outside of Cherryville. Also by Parker Farm Service. And they're your Toro tractor dealer in Kings Mountain. We mentioned Danny Blanton. We talked to Danny Blanton. Forgot to mention Danny
time is paid for by the candidate, doing
Yes,
this and
it is.
that
Yeah, yeah.
to get that in legally anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
McKinley Candy Company, we're going to be talking to those folks in a little bit. They're going to talk about their fudge, right?
Yes, indeed.
We love that fudge.
I think got 12 different kinds.
And, he's got a bunch down there.
Yes.
I saw some M&M fudge down
Yes,
there.
sir.
He's in Go Forth All.
Good stuff.
Also by Domino's Pizza at the fair. Get you a piece of pizza at the fair.
Absolutely.
And they're also on South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Holly's Flowers and Gifts in Uptown Shelby on East Graham Street. Max Grill in Cherryville. We know all about their food, don't we?
Best chicken salad this side of heaven.
Tell me about it. It is some kind of good. Full Throttle Power Sports. I was by there today. Saw the gang down there today. Hannah's Coffee House. I think you visited there
Yes,
before.
sir. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah,
They're right below your house
Yes,
on East
sir.
Marion Street in Shelby.
Absolutely good food.
Another one of our food sponsors is Bridges Barbecue Corral. They've got ribeye sandwiches, pork chop sandwiches, piggy on a stick. They got those barbecue Sundays.
Now you know that's real good.
It is good. Ribs, chicken tenders, liver mush, barbecue, hamburger, hot dogs, a lot of burgers, and to cool off, they got a sun-drop slush.
Now you know I can deal with that.
I
really
sure can too. Drop by and see those folks. And come on out and see us here at the Cleveland County Fair. We'll be here broadcasting live till about 7 o'clock tonight, Stevie Weeby.
Absolutely, y'all. Come on out and see us, and you may get an autograph from me.
We got good weather, don't we?
Yes, we do. Beautiful weather, winds blowing. Come on, bring the youngins out. It's a perfect afternoon to bring the kids out. Nice, warm, and everything. But put them in the stroller or just put them together and just all join hands and go up and down the midway. Come on, bring the youngins out. A fair day. Today is Children's Day. So come see us right here at the Cleveland County Fair.
All right. We'll be here until 7 o'clock. Come see us here. Oh, we got a little music, I think.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. This goes back to when. Oh, you knew that, hey?
Yes.
I am impressed.
Yes,
Name
thank
that
you.
tune.
Thank you.
1973. That
Yeah.
Dr. Hook.
Dr. Hook.
And his medicine show?
Yes, indeed. Right
Okay.
place at the wrong time.
That sounds like us, doesn't it?
Yep.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trip, but I must have used the wrong car. Head is in a bad place, and I wonder what's good for. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. My head is in a bad place, but I'm having such a good time. I've been running, trying to get hung up in my mind. Just got to give myself a good talking to this time. Just need a little brain salad surgery. I got to cure my insecurity. That I've been in the wrong place, but it must have been the right time. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong song. I've been in the right vein, but it seems like a wrong on. Cause I've been in the right world, but it seems like the wrong. Slipping, dodging, sneaking, peeping, hiding out down the street. See my life shaking with every who I meet. Refried confusion as I'm making itself clear. Wonder which way I go to get on out of here. Cause I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. And I done said the right thing, but I must have used the wrong line. I took the right road, but I must have took a wrong joint. I took a right move, but I made it at the wrong time. I went in the right trip, but I made it in the wrong call.
High pressure sitting smack dab upon us. That's why the weather's been so nice this afternoon and will continue to be that way for Thursday, Friday, perhaps Saturday as well. Tonight it's clear and cool again. The low temperature in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tomorrow we expect a mostly sunny day, a warmer day, the high temperature in the lower 80s. Friday we continue the trend of mostly sunny skies. It's a little warmer. We expect low to maybe mid 80s across the region. That's the same for Saturday as well. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's
5:31, and the temperature is 78 degrees.
Flu shots are now available at the Falston Pharmacy in Falston, at Allen Drugstore in Stanley, and at Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville. Come get yours today. And now all 3 stores can bill Medicaid along with Medicare and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Be ready when that old flu bug tries to put you down. Get your flu shot now and be ready to fight back. Get yours today at Allen Drugstore, Main Street in Stanley, Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston, and at Medical Center Pharmacy, 607 East Academy Street in Cherryville.
All right. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Now I know for certain you're the one I love. I'm through with flirting.